Okay.
Welcome, everyone, to this exciting interview segment. Today, we have the pleasure of sitting down with Lauren Cochrane, star of the movie, the Hallmark Christmas movie, Hanukkah on the Rocks.
Well, it's not a Christmas movie, it's a Hanukkah movie, but yeah.
And join us as we delve into Lauren's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, Lauren.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, can you tell us a little bit about your character in Hanukkah on the Rocks?
Okay, I play Lottie, and Lottie is kind of the manager slash chef of the Bar Rockies. And throughout the film, we kind of discover that she used to be maybe somewhat of more of a classic chef in fancy restaurants, but was hurt along the way. And so she, I think, decided to still do what she was good at, but maybe not challenge herself as much as she could have. And so, yeah, so things happen that help with that.
Great. And what initially attracted you to your role in this movie?
Well, I mean, I've worked on a number of Hallmarks before and I always have a good time, so that's always a plus. And I've also worked with some of the producers already before, Joey Plagier, Howard Bronstein, and Juliette Hagopian. So I've worked with them on different projects in the past too. So I mean, that's win-win there.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then it just kind of all unfolded from there.
Great. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
It's just a nice story. I think there's something in there for everyone, and I think everybody can identify with maybe feeling a little bit lost with the way, life unfolds sometimes, and maybe not knowing what the best course of action is to feel better about it. And so, I think as humans, we sometimes have the instinct to close off and try to figure it out on our own. And you know, it's a good story that kind of reminds us that everything's always better when you work together. So, all of the characters in there kind of have moments of that where they need to maybe take a next step or maybe be a little bit braver with their hopes and dreams and goals. And then along the way, maybe they fall in love. Who knows?
Amazing. So, and what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
Oh, it was fantastic. The three stars, Mark Summers, who plays Jay, and Stacey Farber, who plays Tori, and Darren Kagasoff, who plays Jay. They're kind of the two lovebirds that fall in love with their matchmaker, kind of the grandfather that helps them find each other. They're wonderful. They're kind. They're funny. The only thing is, it's always funny when you film holiday movies and it's supposed to be very cold outside, but we shot this in kind of what would have been a heat wave. And so everyone was a little toasty in the cozy sweaters. But other than that, I mean, it's not the end of the world if you have to be a little hot that day. But I saw a couple of the clips already, and you can't tell that we were all very warm. So that's a good thing. I guess we pulled it off.
And what can you tease about your character journey?
Maybe she finds her love for cooking, and maybe she also finds some love too. Maybe
Maybe.
that's spoiler, who knows?
We have to watch to see.
Yes, absolutely you will. But there'll
Yeah.
be love all around.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So, can you describe this movie with three words?
Hmm. I mean, there's easy words, but I want to challenge myself and do some like big words. Some um endearing. That's a good part. Um Sentimental
Mhm.
and hopeful.
Great. The last question about this movie.
Sure.
What was your favorite scene or moment while filming it?
Mm, I mean, getting to do scenes with Mark Summer is pretty fun. He's very funny and very sweet. So there's one scene where You really kind of get to understand Lottie and Sam's relationship, that they've known each other for quite a while. And there's some maybe some inside jokes and maybe some um, uh, backstory to their characters that maybe we didn't know before that. And so you get to really just see the warmth there and that Lottie has his back and he has her back. So that's really nice.
Great, amazing.
Yeah.
So, change of a subject.
Okay.
I saw on your IMDb that you have a rich full ear.
That I what? Say that again.
Rich full ear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And can you tell us a little bit about your experience on the set of the best Christmas pageant ever?
Oh, that was a really fun one too. That was an adaptation from a book and actually a remake of a film. I believe they did it in the early 80s, so I haven't seen the original. I deliberately didn't want to see the original because I wanted to kind of feel really exciting. But yeah, it's a really heartwarming story. And it was just a really fun set to be on because there's a lot of kids in it. So it's just a different energy when everyone's kind of, just ready to be playful, ready to joke around. It kind of felt like when you're at camp or something, or when you're at your favorite aunts and uncles and everyone's just kind of joking around and having a good time. That was a very cold, very, very cold shoot. So that was very opposite than Hanukkah on the Rocks. So, but from what I saw, everyone was, being a real trooper, keeping warm, keeping their spirits up. And yeah, I got to see it. Well, probably 2 weeks ago, we went to a premiere here in Canada, and it was really nice. I got to bring my daughter too, because she's sometimes doesn't get to see the things that I'm in because she's only 6, but she got to come with me, so that was fun for me to get to experience that with her, and also her little. I think I know what happens next. All the way through the movie, it was one of my favorite memories. But yeah, it was a great set, and it's a really lovely story, and I'm happy that they released it when they did because I think now. I saw recently that I think it's pretty soon to be available to watch from home. So that's a good one to kind of get a cozy hot chocolate or something and sit with the family and watch that. So that was a fun time.
Great. Another Christmas movie,
Okay.
Christmas on Call.
Christmas on Call, yes, that was a fun one too. That was not as hot out, but it was not quite winter there, so we had to sell it a bit, but we had some cozy days. My character was really fun in that you don't really see that very often in Hallmark movies because she was kind of struggling with a little bit of mental health in terms of feeling lost and how that can kind of benefit your well-being in terms of physical health, not just mental health, and how they kind of cross over. So it's really nice. You get a nice, it's not a very large role, but it's a nice role because you kind of see her struggling at the beginning, and Sarah Canning, who plays Hannah, is helping her through it the first time diagnosing because my character Betsy has asthma. And then we see her again coming back for more treatment, and Sarah's kind of taking a different, sorry, Sarah, the actor, but her character Hannah is taking a different perspective to trying to treat her and help her. And then we see that kind of catch on. And so that was a really fun one too. That there's a lot of cast in that I've worked with a lot, as well as the director of Christmas on Call, Jeff Beasley. I've worked with him a bunch as well, and so always have a good time. Always on those sets. Those are great.
Great. And another Hallmark movie,
Okay.
Haunted Wedding.
Oh yes.
What can you share about that?
Well, speaking of Jeff Beasley, he also directed that, so that was a good time. Yeah, Haunted Wedding was really fun. I don't know that there have been a lot of that genre in Hallmark, where it kind of is more. It wasn't exactly Halloween, but it was leaning towards that, so that was fun. And I mean, paranormal stuff is always is it's always fun to play around with, but not so much so that everyone's just like freaked right out because I've worked on some pretty dark horror movies before, so this is like very much light, like the whole family could watch this and enjoy it. But it was a fun one too because the character that I play, Rachel in Haunted Wedding, is kind of that friend that is supportive and loyal and devoted, but very sassy and takes no crap. And so the combination in playing that was really fun. And again, the cast in that I've worked with a lot of those cast members before. Janelle Parrish plays the lead in Haunted Wedding, and she's amazing and lovely, and it was not hard at all to play a really good friend of hers. So, yeah, had a great time on that.
Great. So, another movie, this time is an upcoming movie,
Yeah.
Normal.
Oh, yes.
Can you tease something about that?
It's very fun. I'm not allowed to say a lot about that actually, but I had an absolute blast. I think it's probably my top three, if not top two, maybe even top one favorite set that I've ever worked on. It was a really fun role. I was lucky when the way the schedule was, I kind of came in right near the beginning, and then I also had to come in near the end. So it was nice to see everybody kind of after some time has gone by. So I had a lot of fun with that, and my husband actually booked on it as well. And so he has a really fun character too. So the two of us being like, and it was really nice because we both were able to read the script, so you're allowed to talk about it with each other. So that was really amazing. Yeah, so we had a great time.
Great. Change of subject again.
Mhm.
This is a question I ask to all the artists I have the pleasure to talk with.
Okay.
What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career, and why for you?
Um, well, I mean, I really try to, I'm very mindful of being, I try to be as present as I can when I'm working on projects, not just because it's my job to be, but also just for my own, like, I mean, why did I work this hard to try to start working in this industry if I don't take time to enjoy it? So I really do truly try to take some time to be very present and aware of everything that's going on. I have a bunch that I've worked on, and I think it was just a culmination of the role was really great, the project was really great, and then things that were going on in my life at the same time. Um, yeah, I mean, Normal, as I just said, that was amazing. That was so much fun. I can't wait for that to come out. It's going to be great. And I had a lot of fun working on, there was a Netflix thriller that I worked on probably almost 6 years ago called Fractured. And that was a really great role. I think possibly because I wasn't really expecting it at the time. I had just had my daughter and she was maybe 3 months old when I was working on that. So I wasn't expecting to work. And so that was like a really happy surprise. And, it's scary and it's suspenseful and there's like, you know, which way are we going in the plot. So I had a lot of fun on that. Haunted Wedding was a lot of fun because it was just silly and everybody's having a great time. I honestly don't, I'm kind of, I think I'm glossing over this because I genuinely, every show I've worked on, I've had a really great time. And they're all memorable for different reasons. I'm very fortunate that I haven't had very many like yucky experiences working in. I mean, this industry can have those, but most of the projects I've worked on, I've had just a great time and always met somebody new and learned something new about myself as an artist and as well as the industry. So, yeah, I'm sorry if that's not the best. if, if that's not giving you any juicy stuff, but yeah,
Oh, in this way too.
yeah, all right, good.
Yeah. So, a quick question.
Sure.
At Survival shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms.
Mm.
What is your all-time favorite?
Ooh, okay. I was just talking about this with a friend the other day about the movies that I will always watch every Christmas at every holiday season as possible. I love The Holiday with Kate Winslet, yeah, and Cameron Diaz and Jack Black and Jude Law. I love that movie. That still holds up
Yeah.
like really well. I think it aged well. Um, Always watch that. This is an oldie. It's not even a rom-com because it's definitely not. It's a classic, but I really love the Winona Ryder and Susan Sarandon Little Women. I watch that every Christmas. I usually put it on when I'm wrapping gifts because it's just I know it. It's a wonderful story. It just makes me feel warm and cozy. It's not really a rom-com at all, but I guess it is. Louisa May Alcott rom-com, maybe
Yeah.
historical rom-com. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, The Holiday is probably my top favorite holiday rom-com. Um, yeah, that's probably my favorite. I really enjoyed. I had a very tiny, tiny role in it, but the Santa Summit is really fun. It's a Hallmark as well, and it's a great fun. Just yeah, it's not the traditional like you know like the holiday trope that Hallmark has sometimes. It has a little more fun and like camaraderie between friends first, and I think that was a good time. I had fun with that one too.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The last question.
Okay.
Can you tease us something about your next projects?
Ooh, well, I was very fortunate this past summer to work on a series that was shooting in Alberta, and that one's going to be really fun. I've never really worked in that genre before, which is a Western, so that'll be really fun. I can't say a lot about that either, but between that and Normal, those are the two that I'm most looking forward to. That kind of I can't really say a lot about, but. I tease my mom because my mom's birthday's coming up and she keeps asking for hints and I'll just say, okay, get ready, and then I'll just say, it'll be fun. Or and then she's like, that's not a hint, or I'll be like, you're gonna love it. And she's like, that's not a hint, but so I'll do that here where it's it'll be fun. If that works.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So this is it. Make
Wow.
sure, all of you, to catch Hanukkah on the Rocks on this Friday night.
Yeah, December 13th.
Yeah. And thank you, Lauren, to join us today.
Thank you for having me, Desiree. It was a nice time.
And thank you all for watching. Bye.
Bye.